subscribe if you haven't already. God, or is it this way? No, it's definitely this way. Yeah. Oh my God. Is it? I'm kind of tired of hearing about fall trends every season, so I thought I would talk about timeless fall trends, quote unquote, that I think are actually pretty timeless and which we most likely already have in our closets in some iteration. I always like to approach trends in this way from the perspective of elements of style, so things like color and texture and silhouette and proportion and just how things are styled in general, because it allows me to look at these trends more pragmatically and apply them with my own sort of style filter. So I get to participate in trends on my own terms, and I don't feel like I have to go out and shop for things that maybe I don't love and that I actually don't need. Before we jump in, a big thank you to today's video sponsor, Monica Vinader. I've been working with Monica Vinader, a slow fashion jewelry company, for the past few years because I truly love their designs and how they stand up to time because of their construction, but also just because of their interesting design. I also like their approach to production with a 5-year warranty and lifetime repair service, over 50 traceable products, and their use of 100% recycled sterling silver and gold. I just think all of these initiatives make sense and speak to my slow fashion values. In today's video, you'll see me styling some of my older pieces that I have from them from previous collaborations, as well as some new pieces that I've picked up for today and which I'm really looking forward to styling. I, as always, have a discount code for you, which I encourage you to use when you truly have a gap in your jewelry collection, or if you want to perhaps put it on a wish list. I will leave all of that information in the description box below. My first timeless trend is tonal dressing. We see monochromatic or tonal dressing, which is essentially dressing in one color head to toe, pretty much every season. The only thing that changes are the silhouettes and the color palettes. And what I find especially great about tonal dressing as a trend is that silhouettes and colors are often so personal to us that those are things that are going to stay the same over time throughout our lifetimes. So really it's just about that styling, is the tonal dressing and wearing one piece head to toe. The silhouettes and the colors are entirely yours and yours alone to keep and recycle every year, because there's nothing wrong with outfit repeating. And this is pretty easy to achieve in our own closets. I find especially if we do have a color palette, or if we really pay attention to the colors that we are often repeating, we can put tonal dressing together with pieces that we already have, which might not be trend forward pieces, but because we're styling these colors in a certain way, the look feels pretty fresh. I've done that with powder blue. That's a color that I've been adding a little bit more to my closet. I have this vintage maxi dress, which yes, maxi skirts are in, and powder blue happens to be a pretty popular color this season. But for me, these are both a silhouette and a color palette that I'm gonna wear even beyond those trendy palettes and silhouettes. So I've just put together my men's Oxford shirt with this like super thrifted vintage maxi and my baby blue flat, and away we go. Tonal dressing, easy peasy. My next timeless trend is interesting or statement jewelry. I think every season will have its own different take on jewelry, but the beauty of this is that because it's so personalized, it all comes down to how you style it. And you can really create a signature look by using similar styling techniques with varying pieces of jewelry. So for example, when dainty jewelry was really popular a few years back, it wasn't necessarily about wearing the dainty jewelry, it was about how you're wearing it, so layering it maybe with multiple other dainty necklaces or earrings, carrying it with a vintage brooch or something heirloom, or even juxtaposing it with something really big and bold. Even though big and bold jewelry wasn't really in, you could still incorporate them fairly easily. And this way we can recycle any kind of jewelry over time as long as we're mixing and matching it with a whole bunch of different things and wearing it in a way that feels genuine to us. More recently, I've wanted to add to my signature look by adding this pearl scatter bracelet by Monica Vinader to my watches. I feel like this lends a little bit of like a 90s kind of vibe. The bracelet has naturally sourced pearls as well as recycled gold and silver. Pairing it with my watches makes it feel a little bit more me because my watches are a signature piece. I've also been wanting to add an initial necklace to my collection for a while, and I'm really glad I found this one. I love how the font is bold but not in your face. I've chosen the gold vermeil version, and I love wearing this with my daily extra long heirloom chain, which I wear with my Nona's heirloom pendants. And I just love how this layered look is turning out. Yes, maybe it's a little bit more dainty versus some of the heftier chains we're seeing this season, but again, it feels more personal because these are heirloom pieces mixed with something a little bit more contemporary, and I'm really happy with it. And finally, I chose the Keshi large hoop earrings. They were entirely inspired by my time in Sicily. These kind of antique inspired drop styles are everywhere in Sicily, like no matter what part of the island you're on. It's like a really beautiful and popular silhouette, and I love how the Italian women on the island wear them with everything, even casual outfits. They're just so beautiful, and I love that this is a low effort but very high visual impact thing that you can add to any outfit. My third timeless trend is suiting. I mean, it always makes me laugh when I hear people talking about suiting as some sort of like groundbreaking fall trend. We see suiting so often. In the 50s, it was so popular. The 70s came in with these beautiful, like fitted, tailored cuts and these gorgeous boot cut with a nice like trim waist and these longer blazers compared to the suiting that we saw in the 50s, which was a little bit more boxy. And of course, more recently, where we're seeing suiting that is oversized, slouchy, maybe with a little bit of interesting tailoring like pleats. But all in all, again, if we see the through line here, what's changing is the silhouette. And ultimately, the silhouette is going to depend on how you like to wear your suits and what fit and silhouette works with your body the most, or how you want the silhouette to fall on your body. I have a lot of black in my closet. I don't have a proper suit, quote unquote, but I just put these black pieces together, and I actually really like how it's almost a mix of silhouettes, something a little bit more sharp and tailored on the top with something a bit more flowy and relaxed on the bottom. My fourth timeless trend is over-the-knee boots. Of course, when we think of over-the-knee boots, we automatically think of the 70s, but more recently, the 90s and today. I also have seen knee-high boots becoming very popular this season, so I truly do believe we are entering this era where kind of anything goes as long as you're liking it and you're wearing it with confidence. But I really do think over-the-knee boots, just in terms of silhouette, if you're getting them in a really great neutral and in a really beautiful texture like a suede or a leather, then you really can't go wrong. I think they're so cool, they're so elongating on the leg, and they add a little bit of attitude and edge that really translates well to fall wardrobes in any decade. Actually, if we're talking about my over-the-knee boots, I remember buying them at a time when the technically over-the-knee was not popular at all. It was all about the riding boot sort of silhouette and height, but I bought them because I loved them, and I remember when I would wear them, they always got compliments. Everybody loved them. And also, I found really interesting ways to wear them, like under wide leg culottes and under midi skirts and things like that. So you can't even tell that they're an over-the-knee boot. And this is another really great piece about the over-the-knee boot because it is quite versatile. And my fifth timeless trend is the Canadian tuxedo. Yes, my friends, why would we deny anyone the beauty of a Canadian tuxedo? The 70s, the 90s, the early aughts. I mean, oh my god, Justin and Brittany, like the Canadian tuxedo king and queen. I don't know why we call the Canadian tuxedo a trend. It's in fact, in my opinion, a fall staple. So please rep our beautiful country of Canada, or I guess I should say my beautiful country of Canada, and throw your denim on denim together. How you can make this work is just make sure your denim, I mean, you're not gonna have matching denim in your closet probably, so just make sure that the washes are similar, or there is a little bit of like an undertone of one wash in the other so that there's something grounding the two together. Alternatively, if you don't have denim that is, you know, that's looking good together, I would break up your Canadian tuxedo with a belt, preferably one that is thick and that is pretty solid so that it breaks up the two denims and just enough to make the eye understand that you're wearing like this great monochrome denim on denim, but enough also to kind of break it up so that it doesn't look too confused. Alternatively, if you don't have denim separates, you could try a denim dress. These are also incredibly classic. Again, it's simply the silhouette and the style that changes every year, but chances are you're gonna buy a denim dress in a silhouette and a style that you love, that you can repeat season after season. So here it's really about the texture, that denim, that cotton, that ruggedness, head to toe. That's what's making this trend work. So that is what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope it helps you approach trends in a way that doesn't feel overwhelming or that doesn't feel just frankly really repetitive and boring. Like, can we just say and acknowledge that we're in the era of wear whatever you want as long as you're wearing it with confidence? Okay, rant over. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Monica Vinader, for sponsoring today's video. I do have a discount code for you, so I will leave it in the description box below. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, if you learned something new. Hit subscribe if you haven't already, and I will be back with another slow fashion video. Ciao!